Hello everyone, this is Master J Speed and welcome to one of my Let's Mods videos. Now, I like to modify bits of Warhammer every so often. It just gives them a bit of a unique touch and kind of just makes them stand out, has a little bit of a pop to them. So, I've been reading Baneblade. So in the book Baneblade, there are 4 of them in the Super Heavy Company. There are 2 standard Mars pattern Baneblades, there is also a Hellhammer, which is a variant on the Baneblade that uses the Hellhammer cannon, and that's more designed to take out bunkers and heavily fortified positions. The Shadowsword is armed with what's called the Volcano Cannon, and this fires a huge energy beam towards stuff, mainly designed to bring down void shields and also titans of pretty much any class. So I've decided, as the book kind of influenced me, to do a modification to a Shadowsword. So as you can see here, already fairly distinct is a different cannon. Now, how I would think of it is, Tech Priests of Mars, fair play to them. The thing's 1,000 years old and it's getting a little bit run down because they don't really remember very much about, the technology for all of these things. So I decided to change it up a little bit here. So on the front, instead, is a cannon more based on a Tesla coil and dissipating of the energy as the thing's fired. Because as it charges up, according to the book, there's about 4 terawatts of power inside there, which is a fair amount. So my idea is that this cannon, using Tesla coils and all of the extra coil around there, absorbs some of the heat, transfers it back into the vehicle, also some of the electricity, if any of it's wasted just as general energy, it's transferred back into the vehicle and it just helps it recharge faster, also keeps other systems online, and yeah, that's kind of why I wanted to do it. But also, I'll just show you on the sides, these things are going to go through a bit of wear and tear. I've decided to add extra cabling on the sides and the front there and over on these front panels as well, which I can take off. Just on the sides here, I thought, a bit of extra cabling makes it more interesting, shows it's a bit battle worn. Obviously I'm nowhere near to finishing it yet because there's still a fair few bits to do, but as you can see there, all I've done is kind of drilled a fair few holes with a hobby drill, put up a bit of wire. I might neaten it up, but if no one's going to see it, it's not really too much of an issue. So that's that. Also the cannon does slide out, that comes off, so it's just a coil of wire wrapped around another thicker coil. So the cannon can still come out, it's just a brass tube for the moment. You can see there, just brass tube, nothing special. But what I've done is, for the main part of the cannon, I've hollowed it out there. So as you can see, I've hollowed out from what used to be the placement for the original Shadowsword cannon, which more looks like this. So I've filed some bits and pieces out of it, so you can actually fit the main cannon on there. So for the front of the cannon here, I have decided to still use the Shadowsword variant of the cannon. As you can see here, it's just what usually goes on the front of the barrel, which would probably end about here somewhere. But I've decided obviously to lengthen the barrel out a bit and add on another part to it, so that when it's attached, it still looks like a Shadowsword. I'm just going to probably green stuff this bits together. So it looks like the coils are going inside that part there, so that the whole thing is all connected up. Probably add a bit more wiring to the whole thing. I was thinking of adding actually some sort of capacitors maybe along the edges here, depending on where I put the turret along the front here. Also on the back, I'm still not sure on what to do with the engine, because I think they're probably going to require a little bit more grunt than just the standard Baneblade engine that sits on the back. So I'm not sure yet. I was toying with the idea of Tesla coils, maybe a couple of bits and pieces on the back here instead, maybe even just some extra capacitors. I didn't want it to look orky, because that would kind of ruin the whole point of just kind of making it a slight modification to what the original design was. So obviously I have a fair bit more work to do on this thing. Obviously I need to add the rest of the weapons, the tyre tracks, or tank tracks should I say, rather than tyre tracks. Add a bit more wiring. Capacitors are a potential, and add the sponsons on the side. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to show it off, and this is my first attempt at doing something fairly big like this. Usually most of my modding is the small scale stuff, but I thought I'd give it a go and see what happens. So this is Master J Speed signing off, and I'll see you all later.